All right, so in today's video, we are talking MSP 101. So really why managed services are important for your business. My name is James. I'm part of the marketing team with Shoreline Technology Solutions, and I'm here today with Mark, the president of Shoreline Technology Solutions. How's it going, Mark?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Excellent. So I think in today's video, I'm hoping to take away a couple things. Really, I'm thinking if I'm a small business owner or medium-sized business and starting to research IT services and really just trying to understand what managed service providers are, I think just covering a couple questions that we see a lot. So, what a managed service provider is, what MSPs can do for businesses, generally what's included in managed services, the benefits really versus maybe some of the alternatives like break fix IT or internal IT, and maybe even some questions, how to choose a managed service provider or find a right fit that's good for a business. That sound good to you?
That sounds great.
All right. So high level, I guess, we're here. Why managed services are important for your business. Can you tell us a little bit your thoughts on the value there?
So most businesses have some need for technology help, whether it's an ongoing relationship or one-time help, and managed services are meant to provide help for small businesses that don't have internal IT resources of their own, or a co-managed service where they may have an internal IT person, but they need coverage when they're gone, or they need some assistance on some special projects. And managed services tend to be a proactive approach to those services.
Okay. I think that covers a little bit of just what a managed service provider is. So it sounds like outsourced. Is there anything else you'd see value in terms of kind of tacking on of really what a managed service provider is, or feel like we've covered that?
Emphasis on being proactive, and most managed service providers provide flat fee service. So we're not paid for the amount of time we spend working on it. We're paid no matter whether the service works or not. If it takes 20 hours to fix a project, 1 hour, we're paid the same either way.
Okay. So I guess, high level, next question would just be, what do managed service providers do for businesses? And also just generally what's included in managed services. So can you give us a little high level on that?
Yeah, so managed services, sort of the alternate option is a break fix service, where break fix, you're calling somebody after a service is broken or after a problem comes up, where managed services are doing their best to provide services before a problem happens. And if you think about your car, if your car breaks down, you're stuck somewhere on the side of the road, you can get towed, and it's inconvenient. But with your computer services, if everybody is putting data into, a business software solution, like an accounting system, and you lose all that data, you can't just get it back. It's gone forever. And so our emphasis is really on providing uptime and making sure that data doesn't get lost.
Okay. I know that you've kind of used an analogy of offense and defense in the IT landscape, and where do MSPs fit into that? So
MSPs are the defense for your business network. You might think of programmers and people that write code as the offense. They're generating new programs. They're working with integrations with different providers of, say, phone systems and email providers and your accounting software to try to make them all work. They're writing the code to make that work. Our job as an MSP is being defense. We want to make sure that your servers are backed up, that your email is up and working, that the data is backed up, that with so many different malware and virus type of things going on in the world, that those things don't happen under our watch.
Okay. Can you talk through, and we could talk about, what STS generally provides, or just high level of what's generally included in managed services?
Yeah, so we typically mandate you have to have backup services as part of being a contract with us. We don't want you losing your data under our watch. That's the most important piece, is not losing data. Other things that are included is we manage wireless and email solutions, as well as phone systems. And for the most part, if it's technology we touch it, even if we don't do all of it in-house. We'll work with your vendors, if it's copier vendors or internet service providers, wiring groups. We manage all the pieces that touch the technology, whether we do it or whether we bring someone else to help with that solution.
Okay. And do you see, managed services plans basically pretty consistent in terms of what's included? Do you see, specific verticals having different needs like healthcare or anything like that, have maybe HIPAA compliance concerns or things like that, where managed services are a little different?
Most everybody has some similar needs as far as they want remote access, they want backups. There is HIPAA compliance in things like chiropractic and local medical services and those type of things where they're not part of a larger managed group such as a hospital, and they need services and interactions. So we do some verticals with that. Dental offices also fall into the HIPAA compliance category. Manufacturers fall into CMMC compliance if they're dealing with Department of Defense contracts, and we can work with that as well too.
Okay. So, one of the things, again, and we talked about it a little bit before, of the benefits of managed services. So why use managed service? What are the benefits? And I think you used the comparison to break fix IT. I think that there's probably some benefits also versus an internal IT team. Can you talk through a little bit of some of those benefits?
Yeah, the main benefit of managed services is guaranteed uptime, as well as a flat fee approach to IT. Every month what you're going to be spending, and we help work with budgeting for that as part of our yearly contractual meetings that we do with clients, is to help predict those expenses and predict those expenditures and work to generate a long life for the equipment that is purchased, and to produce better uptime.
Okay, great. So one of the questions that's I think we've seen asked is how to choose a managed service provider. So I think based on your experience of working with clients, onboarding new clients, do you have recommendations of questions you should ask an MSP, or things that you should look for in a provider when choosing a new MSP, whether you're new to managed services or switching from a provider?
So, one of the things that's most important in choosing a managed service provider is the reputation. What is their reputation? Since it's a flat fee service, what is the expected response time going to be when you call in and you want to get a printer fixed, or you have your wireless down or your servers down? You can't afford to be down if you're, if a critical piece of that technology is down and the entire operation's down. You can't wait 2 days or 3 days or 4 days to get a call back. You need to know what the response is going to be. And so, referral and reputation of the existing managed provider that you're looking for is going to be really important.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Well, I think that covers it for me. Is there anything that else you'd want to discuss just in terms of managed services, or any other questions you think you see commonly from business owners or from their team with regard to managed services?
I see a lot of people just looking and comparing to break fix and seeing, I think a lot of times businesses will have a hard time doing a cost comparison between what their break fix is, which is, you might get a $10,000 bill one month and you might get a $50 bill one month, and it's very hard for a lot of break fix clients to convert that to apples to MSP services. And if you give us MSPs a chance to quote that out, we usually work really hard apples to apples that as best as we can by looking at 1 or 2 years of expenditures and comparing that over a monthly kind of sort of return and valuation of that.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. If somebody wants to contact Shoreline, what do you recommend that they do?
You can reach out to our website, which is stsmich.com, or give us a call at the number listed.
All right. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
Thank you, James.